Christian Eriksen, is he in contention to play a part tomorrow?
He is. He will, with the biggest chance, or whatever you can call it, he will be in the squad and he will get on the pitch. He will get his debut tomorrow.
I can hear tapping away around me now. Everyone's excited to announce that news. How much of a positive impact, though, will that have on your side, seeing Christian Eriksen out there?
Yeah, that will be amazing. I think it's a big day for definitely for all of us, but especially Christian, his family, when he walk onto that pitch, and for me personally, of course, as well. For everyone involved in football that saw what happened, I think that's it's another of these reminders. We need to remind ourselves about that we are privileged to do what we do and be alive, and we need to appreciate every day, every moment, which is very difficult in life, but a good reminder for us all to be aware.
Do you think it's remarkable that he's in this position to be potentially, well, making his debut for Brentford, but of course back in the Premier League after everything that we saw in the summer?
Yeah, definitely. I think the key thing is that everything's been checked. You know, all good. There's zero chance that something should happen, and him and his family is, you know, aligned that he should play football. So I think that's very important. But also think for everyone that unfortunately had a cardiac arrest, that if there's a way out of it, you can have a normal life after that, after you've been checked. So no, I think it's can't wait. Yeah, I think first and foremost he's done a good job together with his personal coach in terms of getting a good foundation, physical foundation. So when he came, he was in a good physical place. And also after the first week where he went from, he didn't went from zero, but he went into team training with high intensity, with people around him, with, you know, and his body reacted quite well to that. That means that his body were in a good place. And then it was just about timing, tempo, intensity, a lot of players around him taking the right decisions, and you can just see he's just getting a bit better week by week by week. And now he's in a good place. Now is that game rhythm that he needs to get into his body and get that intuitive feeling or decision making that will be, you know, at the highest level. So I'm convinced that he will do well tomorrow, but I also know that it probably will take whatever 3-4 games before we see more likelihood to play a 10 out of 10. It's difficult for all players to play 10 out of 10, but I think tomorrow he'll play on pure energy and, you know, enthusiasm. But it will just take that to get that consistency in you know, in all crosses, all trajectory, all, you know, actions. You need that rhythm, of course. For maybe the first time this season, we have all players available, so that's positive. That also means that Ivan Toney will be involved in the squad tomorrow. So I think that's a huge positive going into the final part of the season. We know the Premier League is a marathon. We had a very good start, and now we're coming into the end of the race with a fully fit squad, and that is fantastic. Now it's up to me to try to find the right balance and put the best players on the pitch that makes everything click.
How important do you think it will be having Ivan Toney back for this run of games, and how much difference does he make to the way your side plays?
I think it will be massive. He's involved tomorrow. I think Ivan has been one of our best performing players this season. He had a spell around his COVID where he struggled to get up to pace. So let's say he had 2 to 4 games before he was up there again, and then he missed 4 games, something like that. So of course we prefer Ivan on max, because I think he's the one that definitely our top scores. I think he's close to be the top assist as well maker. Definitely on the assist that hasn't provided a goal. And then I think with his presence and personality, character, he gives a lot to the team. So I think in every game is a is a battle, and the more players you can have that got a little bit of that personality, the better, because that's where I think you have a better chance of winning. Because of course, first and foremost, it needs to be a good footballer. But for example, Ivan had his personality in a certain way. Christian Eriksen, you know, is not as much this, but he just, you know, expresses himself the way he plays. So you need the more players like that, the better it will be. So Ivan will be important, of course.
And Josh De Silva obviously as well started against Arsenal. Do you feel like he's there now where he can contribute like he has done for Brentford previously? Is he still sort of working his way up, and where is he at the moment?
I still think that was his first start. So I think he'll, as I mentioned with Christian Eriksen, I think it's the same for a lot of players. If they've been out for a while, we need a few games to get them going on their max. But of course, I wouldn't put him in there if I didn't think he could provide something now. I think with his pure abilities and qualities, 1v1 actions, finishing, finding passes, going past people, I think that's a quite unique skill set for a midfielder, winger 10, and we can hopefully then we can put him into the right situations tomorrow. They look like a very, very difficult team to beat, which is a very good a good strength. They have pace and power all over the pitch. They played, especially the last 3 games against Everton, Villa and West Ham. Played 3, you know, very closed game in terms of chances, both ways, but they still managed to get 2 wins and a draw, which is a huge quality. So I expect also a close, tight game tomorrow. It'll be the smallest of margins that will decide a set piece, a deflection, or one bit of magic. So he's done a very good job together with his coaching staff, and they are in a good place.